I'm a former psychic medium. Astrology was definitely a big part of the work that I did when I was in the New Age, and it is demonic. Astrology is not astronomy. When you go to the planets, the moon, the stars, you go and you get your charts done. I had charts done.
Peace, peace, people. Welcome to We Are Our Ancestors, the Jelly Moose's Cafe, Yemima's World. I am Yemima, your hostess, and it is always good to be black in the land of the living once again. Again, it is Hoodoo Sunday, and as always, if you are making your way to your places of worship or if you are leaving your places of worship, God bless. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. When you leave, please remember to visit your black restaurant and put black money back into black communities and support your black restaurants if you're going for brunch, lunch, or dinner. All right, so let's get into it. I don't own the rights to that clip that you saw at the beginning. It came across my feed. I said before in an episode that I clicked on a video, and now I'm getting videos in my feed about whatever it is I clicked on. So I'm getting these videos, and I'm getting a not a lot, but in some videos where they're talking about um, some things that are considered demonic, things that we've been doing for a long time that are considered demonic. One thing she said, or a couple of things, but one thing she said in that video was when she was in New Age. And I don't know where white people get this thing from calling spirituality New Age. There's nothing new about it. And I'm going to show you how there's nothing new about it. I'm also going to talk a little bit about divination in the Bible because I see a lot of people talking about things that are demonic, like burning incense and burning sage and um, talking to your ancestors and talking to the dead and just things that people have been doing since the beginning, since the dawn of time, and people in the Bible were doing. So let's get into it a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about, again, divination. And there are many ways that you can divine. Divining is simply using tools, whether you're using nature or you're using other tools to get an answer from the spiritual realm. And whether you're getting your answers from God, the creator, your ancestors, your spirit guides. Divination is a tool to allow you to get those answers because sometimes you kind of doubt yourself. So sometimes just praying doesn't always work. You need to have, it needs to be crystal clear for a lot of people, and divination is a way for them to get that crystal clear answers. So, first, I want to start off talking about God's favorite child, David, who was a man after God's own heart. People often talk about the wonderful things that that David did, and the crazy thing is, David did not write all of the Psalms, but he did write a lot of them, and people use the Psalms to divine. When you read Scripture and Scripture inspires you, when you read Scripture to make a decision about something, you're using that Scripture to divine. So let's talk about David and who he used to divine. David had a seer, a personal seer. A seer today would be maybe a babalao, maybe a shaman, a prophet, someone that you may go to who throw bones, who read water, who read tea, who read tarot. You know. So David went to his seer was named Gad, and David often would go to his seer. His seer helped him to succeed as a king. He wasn't afraid to speak unpleasant things to David. Sometimes we go to a sangoma um, or a shaman or a babalao, and sometimes they might tell us some things we don't want to hear. So Gad was the kind of that dude that would tell David, "Yo, you plucking up." I don't think Gad was the one that told him he was plucking up when he essayed Bathsheba And when he put her husband on the front line, I believe it was his friend Nathan who told him, yo, dude, that is not cool. But we look at David as being a man after God's own heart. Some other examples of divination in the Bible is casting lots. Equivalent today, casting lots would be uh, using cowrie shells to get an answer, throwing bones to get an answer. Again, reading water to get an answer, reading smoke from candles to get an answer, reading smoke from incense to get an answer. So, casting lots was in the Bible in some ways that they use uh, the lots to get an answer. They selected a new apostle after Judas betrayed Jesus and killed himself, hung himself. I don't remember. It was two different ways on how he died. But anyway, after he died, the apostles, the remaining apostles, cast lots to choose Matthias as his replacement. The tribes of Israel cast lots to divide the land of Canaan. And they also, on Yom Kippur, they would cast lots to select which goat would be sacrificed and which would be carried into the wilderness. They used it to select kings. We should have maybe cast lots to select the president. Maybe we would have got a better choice. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. They also would cast lots to select who would bring firewood in. The priests would do this, they would cast lots. So it couldn't have been too much against God because they were doing it and they had success in doing it. Um, I would think that if it was really totally against God, God maybe, I don't know, would have struck him, I don't know, struck him dead maybe. But today it would be equivalent again to cowrie shells or throwing bones. You know, another thing that would be equivalent to divination that we do today that nobody thinks is divination. You know how you have a group of people and somebody has to do something that nobody in the group really wants to do, and how they determine who's going to do it is they draw straws, and the person with the shortest straw is the one that has to go out and do the thing that nobody else wants to do. That is a form of divination. So yeah, we still divine. People won't don't want to think about it because it's something that they do all the time, and God forbid they're doing something that they think is antithetical to the Bible. So yeah, they did that. They did that in the Bible. Another way that we do divination is inquiring of our ancestors. Again, we may go to a shaman, a babalao, and they may do divination on their end to call up an ancestor. And in the Bible, Saul went to a what they called termed a witch, and he got her to call up Samuel. So he went to what they would call a necromancer, and he got Samuel's ghost or Samuel's spirit to come up, and he inquired of him. And Samuel was mad. He was like, well, dude, I was resting. What? And Saul was asking about the kingdom. And so that's another way that uh, we divine. Another way that they use divination, there is something they called a lot oracle, and it was called the Urim and the Thummim or Thummim. And the priests would wear it in their breastplate over the ephod, and they would consult this thing that they wore to determine between only two possibilities. That's kind of like when we use cowrie shells. Cowrie shells are usually used for yes and no answers. And so they used this thing that was an oracle called the Urim and the Thummim, and they would ask yes or no questions using this thing. So that was another divination that they used in the Bible. Now, of course, they're going to say that even though they were using these tools to divine, all answers came from God, which is the same thing with people who practice maybe voodoo or hoodoo or whatever after spirituality practice that you have. If you use a tool to divine, We know ultimately the answer comes from the divine. Hence the word divination. Okay. Again, the woman in the beginning was talking about astrology and going to the moon and the sun and the stars and all of these things to get answers. Well, when Jesus was born, there were three wise men who used the stars to get an answer of where Jesus was born. So they divine using the stars. Who else used the stars to divine on which way to go? Huh. I can't think. Oh, I know. Our Black ancestors, when they self liberated and self emancipated, they used what? The North Star. They used it to divide, to get north, to get free. Another form of divination. So there is divination in the holy book that people have been using for eons, for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years. Had those uh, Kemites not used the stars to divine, they would not have known really how to build the pyramids because, from what I understand, the tip of the pyramid aligns perfectly with a specific star. Now, they would have to divine the movement of the stars to determine where to put the tip of the pyramid. So we use divination all the time. We use it every day. We use it every day. GPS is a divination. GPS calculates for us which way to go. Does it not? It calculates for us which way to go. So divination is not demonic. Again, people use it every single day. We used divination when we were kids. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. It's a chant. It's a chant. Some people chant when they divine. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo is a chant. Divination is used every single day. Certainly used in the Holy Bible, and it's not demonic. Incense. I don't know when incense all of a sudden became demonic. People have been burning incense since the beginning of time. And for the most part, most people that burn incense, they burn it for the smell. You don't really find a lot of people unless they really practice a specific spirituality buy certain incense like frankincense and myrrh to uh, to enhance certain things. You know, they may buy dragon's blood or get that money, or there's certain instances they may buy in order to enhance their quality of life. But for the most part, people buy incense because they like the way it smells. They do because they like the way it smells. I mean, that's it. I just wanted to come on really quick and tell you, people that are uh, again using divination every day. Now, don't stop using it because now you think it's demonic and you're gonna go to hell. Still read your horoscope. It's a fun thing to do. Um, it's not demonic. The horoscope can't be demonic because everything in the Bible is split up or is divided by horoscope. You have 12 tribes of Israel. You have 12 disciples. You have 12 months in a year. You have 12 zodiac signs. And the zodiac sign for Jesus is a fish, is Pisces. So that kind of leads people to think that he really wasn't born in December. But anyway, You have the fish sign, which is a zodiac sign for Jesus. And I love to hear how people try to explain why the fish is used for Jesus if it's not a zodiac sign. Some people say because he fed the 5,000 with with one fish and two loaves of bread, or five loaves of bread, or however it was. Some people will actually say that is the reason why that's the sign, but I don't know why the fish sign, other than it being Pisces. I don't know. But okay, that's it. I'm done. I wanted to make it short and sweet. One last thing. Before I knew that I was practicing my ancestors' way of life, I was divining and did not know it. I was using the Bible to divine, and there are some people that still do this. When I was a Christian and I was in church, when I got up in the morning, I would flip my Bible, and wherever it landed on, that was my scripture for that day. That's also a way of divining. Or I would take the date, and if it was, say, today's day, January 18, I will go to the first book, which is Genesis, and I would go to the 18th chapter and the 25th verse, which is divining. It's divination. I was doing that when I was a Christian and didn't realize that's what it was. I didn't know I was going to hell for doing that. I didn't know that that was against God. But some people still do it. A lot of our ancestors definitely used Psalms as a divination tool. All right. So you know the drill. Love yourself, love each other, give yourself some grace, give each other some grace. We are our ancestors. Honor your ancestors, they will honor you. And for the love of God, do not watch that Orange Aid Neander Thug on Monday. Do not watch it. Watch something that talks about Dr. King or the civil rights movement, but please do not watch his inauguration. I understand that there were some people that went to the inauguration and performed, and I'm not surprised. I'm not. The ones that went, I'm not surprised. I didn't even really listen to their music anyway, so it's no big loss for me. All right, so until next time, stay warm, stay cool wherever you are. Still praying for Los Angeles and especially the out out oh my God, I can't remember the name of the community in California. Please help me. It's the Black community that basically lost just about everything. We know that there is not going to be a lot of or rush to repair, replace, revitalize, or rejuvenate that community. So our prayers definitely go out to them. And until next time, stay Black. Peace.